Welcome to Intuitive Movement 101, Level 2, when we are focusing on our feet. So we start with our level O for some warm-up. Remembering to get in touch with our breath and nasal breathing and pay attention to where our feet are placed. Level 1, we're in contact with our bodies. So we have a sense of how to follow our hands, where our bodies are in space. And now we get to expand into our spheres. So expanding into our spheres, we're now exploring all the space around us and all the different directions that we can, but with our feet planted. Those first 3 levels were stationary spheres, because part of what we're doing is learning how to properly place our feet to best support our knees and our joints as we're moving through space. So while we are moving and exploring, we're paying attention, not only to where our feet are positioned, but to how our body feels as we're moving. So if we feel any discomfort, shift. This is how your body is learning how to best move through space for you, because all of our bodies are different. We have the same basic biomechanical design, but we all have variations because, what? We're all unique individuals, right? Hey, if we follow in general the biomechanical design, pay attention to our bodies, but also pay attention to how it feels. Don't push your body beyond what feels natural or comfortable for you. Your body is not someone else's body. Recognize that the diet that you need may be different from someone else's diet. What works for somebody else may not work for you. These movements that I do, the particular ones that I choose to move through space, may be ones that look like fun, you give them a try and it doesn't quite work for you, and that's okay. I'm giving you ideas for exploration, but what's most important is that we follow planes of motion. So I'm going to use an implement here to demonstrate how we can see these planes more visually. So we've got our vertical plane, we have our horizontal plane, we've got our diagonal planes. When we're moving through our planes, whether we're moving horizontally, whether we're moving vertically, we're attempting to maintain these planes steady. And as we're maintaining our motion steady as we move along the planes, we're training our muscles to move through space along these same planes of motion. It just kind of happens to be how our bodies most appreciate moving through space, because of that mechanical design of a curvy linear motion that our joints move through. As we're moving through space, we can't really go in a straight line. Even when we attempt to move in a straight line, as you see, my hands go in a circle. Things are going to circle, and here we have our rotary motion and then our curvy linear motion. The more that we practice exploring moving along these rotary movements, curvy linear movements, along planes, through planes, and exploring how that feels, while our feet are also consciously planted and put in a position that best supports our joints and best supports the distribution of the force that's going into our bodies as we apply force into our bodies. So by just applying force, I'm now adding stress to my bones. I'm adding stress to my knee joint, which is helping to support healthy, for the motion helps support healthy lubrication in the joint, but is also helping to support healthy cartilage so it stays stable. And as you're developing and growing, it helps to support healthy cartilage development. It also helps to support healthy bone development, because your bones are growing and developing to the stress that's being placed upon them, but it's gentle stress. It's not too intense. If we want to increase the stress to our bodies, we'll do that more in level 3. Level 3 is when we start picking up our feet, and that's when we can start adding in some jumping into our motions, more dancing around, more hopping, more skipping, more cardiovascular exercise. But before we get to that, we really want to be familiar with stable feet, so our bodies have a very good sense of how to move through space, but also how to move our upper bodies. With our stable feet, we don't have to think about our greater environment. When we move on to level 3, we have to pay attention to our greater environment. With my feet planted, I know that all I have to pay attention to is my sphere. My sphere extends to the tips of my hands. Going to explore my sphere all the ways that I can, remembering to breathe through my nose as much as possible, check in with my feet, keep my head up, and pay attention to my environment and enjoy where I'm at, because part of what we're doing is also training ourselves to be engaged with what's going on around us as we are paying attention to what's going on inside us at the same time. Balls will be dropped. The more we progress in levels, the easier it's going to be to lose track of either breath or foot position, or get lost in our heads thinking about some sort of train of thought, and then we're not paying attention to our environments. And that's okay. Elementally intuitive movement is a safe practice to learn how to work on those skills. The more we practice those skills in a safe environment, that's eustress training, the more we can apply those same skills intuitively and automatically when we're out in the world and stuff happens and we have to adjust and adapt as needed quickly. So that's another fun thing to do, is explore the ways that you can move, avoid. Try to move like a ninja with your feet planted in space. How do you think a ninja would move if you were a ninja? Move like a ninja. Be a kindness ninja. Be an appreciation ninja. And everywhere you look, may you appreciate. May your ninja mask be a kindness filter, so that the words that come out of your mouth be kind. May your perspective be filtered with kindness. May your lenses be kind, so when you look upon the world, you see it through the eyes of compassion and appreciation. So we can mix in our levels 1 and our O's with our 2s for variation, to change it up. And have fun with it. Appreciate how your body moves, how it can move. Recognize that not everybody can do. So do what you can for those who can't, because you can. Because it feels good to do for others. There's a reward in the giving. They are giving us the gift of receiving, of being there to receive the gift that we have to offer. It's very important to have recipients of the gifts that we are sharing. For if we do not have recipients for our gifts, what's the purpose? What's the point of all of this? We are here for each other to share because we care. May we grow together as best as we can, as best as we may, every day, remembering to remember more and more that we cannot ignore each other. Mother, father, sister, brother, daughter, son, sistership and brothership. We are one here, sharing this space and place. So let's take care of it together, my queens. Thank you.